Hey folks, and welcome to part 4 of Sonic the Hedgehog, The Lost Worlds. It is the finale. We're going to be finishing up the game here in this part, so yeah, doesn't that sound exciting? No? Okay. Anyway, as I was saying in the last part, most of Casino Night beta version is pretty much the same as the original, although there is some set pieces that make it different. That's why it's called beta. Usually stages go through beta and alpha stages. And speaking of alpha, the Sonic 2 HD, I might have mentioned this during my Sonic 2 Classic Heroes playthrough, but the Sonic 2 HD project that was going on, it looks great. There was a updated alpha demo released. Unfortunately, my computer isn't strong enough, or should I say my laptop, which I do a majority of my recordings on, isn't strong enough to display the game correctly. It doesn't make it run at normal speed. It actually kind of chugs. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to I'm gonna be trying to get a PC desktop. Hopefully I can get one strong enough to run games like that, because I don't want, any of my stuff lagging or chugging or anything. But yeah, this is pretty much the same boss as the finished version of the game, except for this little space right here where we can use to, that's usually closed off in the original, so we have this enclosed space here, and I don't have any rings, so now I gotta pretty much just keep it chugged here to the right and, pretty much just finish him off this way. Even though it's a little time consuming, if Tails helped me out here, it won't be that much of a time consuming, but he's being Tails because the AI isn't that smart in Sonic games, as some of you may already know from experience. So yeah, I think this fight right here, I don't know if it's his beta. It would make sense if it was his beta sprite, because this game is Sonic the Hedgehog, The Lost Worlds, or beta version of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And the reason why I call it Sonic the Hedgehog, The Lost Worlds, is because that's what the hack is called. So even though it's based off of Sonic 2. But anyway, here is the last zone within the game called Cyber City Zone, and the music is the 2-player Casino Night Zone, which is awesome. I love that track, so I don't mind listening to it here. But I think this zone, before it was called Cyber City, I think it was a zone called Genocide, Genocide City Zone or something like that. And yeah, Americans aren't too keen on the word genocide, so I guess in the Japanese do, because words in our language means different in other languages, I suppose. So we frown on the word genocide, and other cities or nations or whatnot might not. So yeah, and I think that's why it got named Cyber City Zone. Cyber City Zone don't sound that bad, and we have some enemies here are just flooded from Sky Chase Zone, which is also another lovely zone with music. Oh man, the music, especially if you can find a good remix of Sonic 2 music, man, there are a lot of them out there too. Especially Sonic 3. Sonic 3 seems to get the most love when it comes to music. Yeah, I'll be going into more of that when I eventually get into it. Yeah, I've been meaning to do Sonic 3 for a while, but it was just something I had, other games to attend to. I do have a list that I go through, and Sonic 3 is pretty much next on that list, but I wanted to pretty much get this out of the way because, I pretty much wanted to, this is kind of like a send-off for Sonic 2, so if anything other Sonic 2 related, I'll probably just do like a let's look at, that series is still pretty much going strong, so I'll probably just look at I probably won't do a complete playthrough of another Sonic 2 hat unless it's like really intriguing to me. Like, if it's totally different. If it's different enough to where it's the same Sonic 2 mechanic, but, you know, dang, I can't even say the word, but it, you know, different enough to stand out on its own. So then I'll maybe give it a look, but until then, this is pretty much like the send-off for Sonic 2. So yeah, and I hope you folks are enjoying this so far, and I hope you folks are actually having a pretty good day. I know some people are pretty much tired of me saying that, but I've always said that, you know, because I just want people to have a good day. It's no reason for me to wish anybody a bad day. I mean, what kind of douchebag would I be if I did? And if Deezus watching, he's probably already putting in the comments what kind of a douchebag I actually am. So if you watching, you jerk, thanks. But anyway, it's all in good fun. You know, I don't really mean it. Man, me and him, we've been friends for so long, we can kind of joke like that. And there was at one point, and I think we mentioned it in a playthrough, I think it was the Smash Bros. Playthrough, that we did, the Subspace Emissary, that we should have like a peace treaty. And, oh man, we actually attempted to go one day without, insulting each other, because every time we meet up, that's what we do. We insult each other, and if we're not insulting each other, we're insulting somebody else. So we tried going one day, you know, without doing that, and that didn't last. I don't think that lasted any more than 10 minutes tops, because man, that's how we get our laughs. We just insult each other, and if not, we're pretty much you know, making fun of somebody else. So it's all in good fun though. We have to remember that, and there is times when we do take it too far, but you know what? It's just whatever at this point, man. Me and him are both old farts, so we're getting to that. And oh man, I think we just got to the point where we don't care anymore. I mean, we gotta come up with some new insults where one of us probably genuinely gets really pissed off at the other. I mean, it's more, you know, me getting pissed off at him, man. It's just hard to make that guy pissed off. I only seen him pissed off once, and that was it was awkward, to say at least. But you know what? Everybody has their breaking limits at one point. Yeah, even me. But you know what? It's whatever. And if you see me like the character, the Sonic staring at the camera, that's me actually activating a save state. Because, like I stated before, you're gonna need it for this game in order for you to have a somewhat good time. Yeah, I'll get to that when we get to the next zone. And what's that next zone, you're wondering? Well, you'll have to pretty much wait for me to finish this act to find out. So, yeah, this was supposed to be, I think this was supposed to be the past version of Metropolis Zone, if I remember correctly. I think this was supposed to be the past version of this zone. If it is, it's actually pretty weird, to say it at least, but you know what, it's just whatever at this point. That's pretty dickish, those springs right there that bounce you up to the spikes. Good thing I had the invincibility, or I would have been losing reins all over the place. The little bit that I can actually manage to hold on to. And look at that, man. That's just, oh man, that's just not fair. But anyway, yeah, I'm managing to hold on. And I really wish that Sonic had the Insta Shield, because that could really help out at this point of time. But it's just whatever at this point. But anyway, yeah, as I mentioned before, man, those Sky Chase zone enemies are all over the place in this zone. I mean, it kind of fits, I want to say, kind of, but not really. They just look so out of place here. This whole zone looks out of place, but it's just whatever at this point. I really don't care anymore. I'm just worried about getting through this zone. Wow, Sonic was legitimately stuck there for a minute. I wouldn't be surprised if I had to start it all over with. Well, I did have a save state, so it would have been... And that's dickish, too, having a set of spikes right there. Come on, designers, man. You could have had a better placement for that, man, instead of just being Mr. Super Cheap all over the place. Really? Oh, man, I'm just complaining so much about the enemy placement within this game. But I figured, you know what, it's something to show off. and something unique really, because it's most of them are beta stages, and some of them are just cut stages from Sonic 2 during its development. So I've always been interested in. I mean, Sonic 2 always had enough stages to where it's yeah, I feel like Sonic 2 was a long enough game for what it was and the stages that it had within. But it could have been a little longer, but hence these were the cut stages that was in magazines and whatnot. So it's just whatever at this point. I do appreciate the dude, the Alex Bite, if I'm even saying it right, but I do appreciate the dude's attempt into, bringing those stages. Even he got them from magazines, so um, magazines and some prototype. I'm pretty sure it's like another prototype hat that I don't know if I can find it. I might do a let's look at on it, but I'm still not sure. So it'll be whatever at this point. If I remember and if I write it down on my list of games that I need to do, then I will freaking do a let's look at it. But don't hold your breath on that one. So with that, Robotnik is defeated, and we are done with this zone. But we do have one more zone left, and that zone is so amazing. It's fantastic, folks. I really give it a when it comes to gameplay wise, I give it a 10 out of 10. It is spectacular. It's the credit zone, folks. It's just a bunch of credits who worked on the game and whatnot. But I hope I had you fooled there and you at least had a little laugh. But yeah, that's the pretty much the end of this hack, folks. It only had those zones within it, about 6 zones or so, and I just hope you folks enjoyed the game. Like I stated before in the beginning, when I first started this hack off, it does have its frustrating parts, and only play this game if you're curious about the levels that were cut. The only playable and enjoyable part of this hack that I actually had a blast playing was Hidden Palace Zone. But all the other levels were a pain. It really was. So, only play this if your curiosity is at peak level. If not, this is safe to skip. This is just like a curiosity thing. But that's going to do it for me, folks. So once again, I do thank you for watching. You folks have a fantastic day, and see ya.